Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Bloomburrow Draft here on the channel. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me a free preview account in this early access event so I could get this recorded. We're going to go pick by pick, play by play, talk through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. Our opening pack has 2 copies of Camellia the Seed Miser, which is pretty solid, giving you a Squirrel's Menace. And when you sack a food, you get a squirrel, and then you can forge to get counters on your other squirrels. So a solid card. But it's a multicolored card, which means that it's less flexible. If green-black isn't open, I'm in trouble if I take this first, so I don't really want to do that. There is also a Thorn Vault Forager in this pack, which is just a good green card, nice mana dork, and a lot more flexible because I can pair it with any combination of green. I can also use this to get squirrels, but that's not as relevant as just being a nice body on its own. There's also Bright Blade Stoat, nice 2-drop, aggressive, good at like bringing you back if you're like on the draw and your opponent is going fast. Brambleguard Captain can be a really good enabler for like especially red-white decks. Take Out the Trash is a good removal spell. So a lot of options here. I think the Forager is the best pick here. It's a weird situation where I'm passing a bunch of squirrel cards. Some other people are going to draft this, so I probably want to avoid black-green because there's going to be a lot of people contesting it because 2 different people are going to have that card, but I get immediately paid off for taking the Forager. Nothing better than taking a mana ramp card and taking a really good ramp payoff. Somebody's going to be happy getting the Bone Cache Overseer. Someone's going to be very happy with the Harvest Right Host. I really like this card as well. But this card just gets you card advantage when it comes into play. It's absolutely huge. When you do get to 10 mana, it just wins you the game. And when you have like this card early, you can put a little bit of extra priority on cards that have higher toughness than power. I also really like Playful Shove, Harvest Right Host. Banishing Light has been pretty impressive at common, even though there are a couple of ways to kill it, but generally speaking, pretty good. If I wasn't taking the Fecund Green Shell, I would probably take the Harvest Right Host. I am going to try to steer clear of black-green. Normally, I don't care as much, but that's such a weird situation where I know that's going to be contested, and if people are going after your card, it does tend to make your deck a little bit weaker. Even though I could probably bully them out of it to some degree. Okay, so here we have an interesting choice. My favorite card in this pack is the Shoreline Looter. I just think this card is excellent. Draw a card, discard a card, just gets you excellent consistency and nice filtering. I don't know how good the blue-green deck is. I haven't gotten to try it out. My initial impression is that it hasn't been great looking. And I'm tempted to just take a Rust Shield Rampager over a 3-tree Root Weaver just so I can stay green. I have really liked the Rust Shield Rampager. It's been really nice getting the token, and I think that it can like combine in nice ways with other cards. I also think that the 3-tree Root Weaver is like solid, but I've been much happier just having like a big 4/4 for 4. Though I will say this thing does combine well with the green shell. I think Shoreline Looter is really good. I'm just going to take the Shield Rampager though. Stick to green, stick to my guns. Now there is an Oak Hollow Village. There's also a Druid of the Spade. And there are some good red cards here. There is a Whisker Quill, an Alania's Pathmaker. Oak Hollow Village, no joke, pretty solid card. So far it casts all of my creatures. Because they're all creatures. It can tap for green for any creature, but it has to only use the ability for certain cards. Druid doesn't tend to be great outside of green-white, but it is really good there. I kind of want to take the Alania's Pathmaker, but I'm also tempted by the Village. It's really good if white's open, though I'm not seeing a lot of white cards. Do I want the Pathmaker or the Village? I'll take the Village. I want to try it. Beautiful. Brambleguard Veteran, really good card. Maybe makes me wish that I'd taken the Pathmaker, but honestly, I feel like my expensive cards are going to be fine, and I really do want to try this card. There's also Jolly Gerbils, but taking green cards, at this point I'm guaranteed to play green, so it's just pure upside to take green cards here. Okay, I'm going to take the Whisker Quill Scribe now over some of these blue cards. Not like opposed like that much, but it's just like my cards just play really well with red green, kind of play expensive things, and I think this card's solid. I don't really like the Cultivator, or I would take that. Don't love Finch. This card's fine. Definitely a solid option. Nice. Nicely done. I'm actually... I like Brazen Collector. I think it's better than the 3-tree Root Weaver, but I'm going to take the Root Weaver. It just gives me so much more flexibility, and it also plays well with the green shell. So that's a little bit of a tiebreaker. The Raccoon plays well with the Veteran. And it's an attacker. And it works with the Okalo. I'm actually just going to take the Brazen Collector. And now I get to take out the trash. Pick 8. That's super late. There's also a Mage. I love the Mage. I think it's fantastic, but I think take out the trash is better. Just necessary card. And now I get another take out the trash on the wheel. Red is going to be flowing if this is how it's looking. And I already have like some raccoons. I'm actually really happy with the Okalo village now. And then Bramble Guard Captain's pretty nice. Plays really well with Whisker Quill Scribe and the Brazen Collector, but just getting cheap interaction has been really important in my experience in this format. Wheeling Playful Shove. This is dream come true. The deck is so open. Just getting another Whisker Quill over the Sticky Tongue Sentinel. So I'm in a really good spot here. And I got back the Pathmaker. Oh my gosh. Nobody's drafting red in this pod, and I am ready to profit. I think red looks really good in this. Like, the red cards I just have are really good. Lizard Warlock. Okay. So what do I want to do here? First of all, let's just check my creature counts. I have 3 raccoons right now, 2 mice, a couple citizens. That's funny. This card's okay. It's a 3-mana 2/3, though, dealing a couple damage here and there. The Brawler's pretty great. The Agate Assault's pretty good. I think I'm going to take one of the green cards, though, because I already got a couple of interactive spells with the Take Out the Trashes, and there's a chance that one of these red cards wheels based on what happened in pack 1. And with that in mind, I'm tempted to just take the Knuckle Boxer. Just get a really aggressive 2-drop. Or take the Patchwork Banner. Which one would I rather have? Probably the Knuckle Boxer. I do like this card. I also really like Take Out the Trash. It wheeled last time, but I'm not going to take the chance. Baker's Bane Duo is also really good. Do I just gamble it all and just like assume that I'm going to wheel Take Out the Trashes based on what happened last pack? I think it's too greedy to do that. I'm just going to take the good cards. Byway Barterer is really good. Make sure that I'm going to always have a full hand. In the late game, if I have it in play, a Gate Assault would be good. I'm pretty happy with this. The Scribes are less likely to make the cut at this point. I'm starting to get higher and higher raccoon numbers, which maybe means I should have taken the 3-mana card instead of the Bark Knuckle Boxer. Mouse gains Double Strike or Trample. I think this Otter is going to serve me well. Plays really well with some instant sorceries. I have 4 non-creatures right now, but just a 2-drop that can also bring a 1/1 for 4 mana is pretty nice. This card's good with the Whisker Quill Scribes. Yeah, it's kind of like not a very good like defensive card though. Sign me up. Longstock Brawl is great here. Conduct Electricity is just not necessary. One of the reasons I like red-green is because it's such a good home for the Longstock Brawl and the Take Out the Trash. Great. The Gecko is nice. Gives me some filtering, kind of like the scribe, but without needing to have the scribe. And similarly, like filtering, but repeatable instead of being on an instant. I'm thinking I won't need the Whisker Quill scribes now. I'm really trying to enable this guy and some other raccoon stuff. We'll see how much red we wheel. I didn't want to get too greedy with it. This card's perfect, giving my guys haste potentially, triggering my stuff that cares about being targeted. This card's maybe okay, but not really my favorite. I know that the cards are really small here in this one. I've been looking at my curve too much. I know it's been a bit distracting. So there's a Junk Blade Bruiser. Polywallop. My removal's looking pretty good, though. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I need this card, but I might just take this card to get me some insurance against flyers and enchantments. I kind of want to get some reps with it, too. Perfect. We wield the Rust Shield Rampager. I really like Agate Assault, too. But I just like getting another raccoon here. Okay, I don't think this card's good enough. I'll just take this. It's 2, 3 that works with that. Polywallop, sure. I'm not sure on that one pick. The closest pick was, at that one point, was the Rust Shield or the Agate Assault. I really like Rust Shield, though. Okay. Pack 3, I'm going to take the Brazen Collector. Easy peasy. So the two closest picks for me so far are Rust Shield Rampager versus the Agate Assault. I took the Rust Shield Rampager because I just liked having another big creature and a raccoon, and it just felt like a good piece in the puzzle. And then the other close pick was choosing between the Bark Knuckle Boxer and the 3-mana ramp card that can buff all my raccoons with +1/+1, which seems like it would have been good here, but hard to say. There's also this Baker's Bane duo, which I really like. Harnesser. Non-creature spell. Till the end of your until end of turn you can play it. I think I'm gonna take Longstock Brawl. I have a lot of beefy guys. Creature count's still pretty good. This card is really good, but 3 mana, Raccoon Archer. It's a 4/4. This pack is so juiced. I'm going to wheel one of these red cards for sure. Rabid Gnaw is incredible. It's just a 3 mana 4/4 reach. That's just a huge card. Now I'll take Bushy Bodyguard. I don't have a lot of forage stuff, but it's still just super good. I like Baker's Bane, but perfect. I get this guy now. I'm hoping to pick up some good stuff on the wheel, too. Don't think I need that. Currently, I could just play all raccoons. Oh, man. Maybe I should have taken the buff card for raccoons. Oh, that card might have been super good in my deck. Perfect. I get Baker's Bane. I really wanted one. I don't know if I'm going to play Bramble Guard. I just want cards that can play both sides of the ball. And by that, I mean cards that are good defensively as well as aggressively, or that like accelerate me. So I have a lot of acceleration right now. None of these cards are good for me. This card's coming around late. Really good removal spell. So like I want to be in a spot where if I'm on the draw, every card I draw can be good. So like these kill spells aren't necessarily the best. This card's maybe a little bit dicey. Agate Assault, perfect. 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 2-drops. They're all really good. I took this over some really good red cards. The Rabid Gnaw is really good in particular. We just wheeled Baker's Bane Duo casually. Nice. So I have 1, 2, 3. We wheeled this. I'm just going to take this card. I think it's more reliably going to be good for me. Yep, I got Playful Shove back. That pack was really, really good. It had Rabid Gnaw, Playful Shove, and Agate Assault, and getting back Playful Shove is fantastic. Another Pathfinder, perfect. I don't think I need High Stride. So every card in my deck is just going to be rock solid whenever I play it, I think. Like offense, defense. This card's really good. I kind of just want to put this one in. This card's probably flexible enough to make it in, but this card's good. This card's good, but we're just going to try seeing how this can be built. Okay, so my curve is very cheap. My kill spells are numerous. Four cuts. There's so many good cards in here. Just cut the 2 brawls because I already have so many kill spells. Cut the Rallier and cut the Mage. That's so crazy that that would be the cut. What else would I cut, though? Like Pathmaker or something? "17 creatures here. They're all so good, though. Green Shell, Bodyguard, Pathmaker. I could see cutting Pathmakers, but they're so good in my deck. Yeah, I guess that's the cut. Ditching fight spells. I'm just going to put 1 in. I feel like it might be incorrect not to play more of them. Let's actually try it like this. I just ramp into Pathmaker so well. All of my 2-drops pretty much ramp me, except the ones that give me some food as a buffer. My 3-drops are all juiced. My 4-drops are all juiced. We'll just try it like that, maybe. Playful Shove maybe is weaker. I don't even know. These all seem great to me. Anyway, this is going to be the deck. I mean, what else can I say? This is just an awesome Raccoon deck. I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. It really does make a big difference, and it really helps me continue making as many videos as I do. If you're interested in becoming a patron, you gain access to some cool rewards when you do become a patron, like my card-by-card draft tier list for Bloomburrow, where I've graded every single card in the set on an A through F scale, as well as a new Patreon reward, the Format Thoughts Doc, which is where I keep track of a bunch of thoughts I have on the format, like individual cards, the archetypes, big picture, things like that, and that'll help you really get a leg up on the format as well. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who do support at the credits level. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. But without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round one. We'll keep this. I have a lot of good draws. Forest is a really good draw. A early, like a 2-drop that can tap for mana is a really good draw. That's a good draw. Oh, devastating. Give me a forest deck. Mm-hmm. Forest would obviously be ideal here. Beautiful. And I can play this into this. So the thing in Magic these days is 2-for-1s happen way more consistently. So like, my opponent's going to get 2-for-1s, and I just have to be prepared to get my own 2-for-1s. So they got a 2-for-1 killing my guy, I get a 2-for-1 here. Now I have a 4/6. That's going to be hard for red-white to kill. Unless he has Banishing Light. Okay, that's a good card. So he can discard his hand to draw 2. He's getting a lot of value here. Oh, right, Menace. Right. Do I want to discard a card to draw a card? Probably not. Maybe I'm supposed to just attack for 8 here. He's in a pretty good spot in terms of, like, this Barterer is probably going to do some serious work. Maybe he was counting on that getting a buff for something. If I draw a forest, I can go this and this. Otherwise, I'm just going to go this plus this. And then this thing is just going to be crazy good. Yeah, that's probably the main reason to attack there. Okay, Playful Shove can kill that 1/1. I'm fine trading these. This card has a scary ability. Okay. Hopefully the Whisker Veil doesn't take over. Okay, that's kind of worrisome. I'm just trying to eliminate possibilities of him coming back. That feels like one of the ways he could come back. Immediately punished. Just straight up to the max. This feels bad. Oh, that's so rough. That's so rough. The second I play my card that can kill an enchantment, he draws his enchantment. Like... And then I just draw 3 lands in a row. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. I got so punished there. That was so rough. Oh my gosh. Like, what happened here was I traded off my 4/4 for his 3/4 because I didn't want him to, like, draw, like, a Might of the Meek thing or whatever that gives him the ability to dig for another creature and then get something good. And then just start rolling over me. So I traded that off. And then he found his Banishing Light after all the turns where I had the 4/4 in my hand that could have killed the Banishing Light, got back my guy. And then I just should have traded to buy myself 1 extra turn. But I wanted to give myself the chance of drawing a deal 3 and then looting away this land. Oh, that's so frustrating. I think I had him. Like, I think I was very favored in that game. And he drew 2 spells and I drew 4 lands in a row. Like, ugh. Oh, that was so brutal. That was tough. Very tough loss. It kind of makes me want to have all the Alanius cards, though. The 4/2 was so good. I traded it for the Warren thing, which felt good at the time. I feel like I should have made a couple of more aggressive attacks so that I could have put him on the back foot. If I'd been able to put him on the back foot and just attacked him and not cared about his flyer, that could have been good. Dang it. I mean, ultimately, I didn't draw enough spells to win that game. I drew like 11 lands and he drew like 7. So like the 4-spell gap is pretty significant there, but I feel like I still could have had the win in me if I just like saved my guy. Like if I just save my 4/6 for long enough, or my 4/4 that can kill enchantments for long enough, I think I can just take him down. Okay. That's going to be a Playful Shove target. Okay, that's going to be a Playful Shove target. So far, so good on the land front. I have enough lands to last me. So they are just not playing commons, I guess. Oh, there's a common. Sure. I'm getting a little bit punished for my last turn of actions where I was like, I could have played the Brazen Collector last turn and had a much better turn this turn. But I figured they'd have a kill spell and they'd just kill it and hit me for a bunch with the Stormcatch Mentor. First strike could be good here for keeping me safe. Well, that was helpful. I should have just played my 4/4. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like I keep getting so greedy with my offspring stuff. It's just like, what you doing? Nice. Get him, fish. So this can kill this before it goes off. Maybe. I'll give him one card rather than this in the future. If I only had more green mana, I could pull off everything. This is still good, though. Okay, the Byway Barterer is absolutely nutso in the late game. That guy is just cooking. Sure. Who you gonna tap? Okay, that's fair. That's also fair. I'm just trying to preserve my life total here. I feel like I've got like so many cards with this guy. If I was planning on playing this guy, I should have done it the opposite order. Because I kind of want to do this one. But I did it backwards. Because if I played this guy the other way, then I would have given my guy Vigilance. Oh, gosh. I knew that I wanted to do that, and then I just forgot how my card worked. And so I missed out on, like, 5 damage. This can attack. This is menace, but they'll still double block it for sure. I think I can only just attack them for 5. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. This is going very well. I still just wish I'd won that last game. That's pretty good for them. Nice little filtering. Not going to be as good as this is for me, though. How do I want to sequence this, for starters? We want to play this. We want to play all these things. I'm not going to be able to give anything haste, so it doesn't really matter. Perfect. So we hit the land, which means we can play this. Cast this with Offspring. Auto pay. Not going to discard my hand. I will forage. The 5/5s, they don't have good block on. Oh, they just accept their death. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Losing a game with this deck feels so bad. Oh, oh my gosh. That's sad. Well, we'll go to the next round. Well, this is an easy keep. I kind of want to add the third Pathmaker. I don't know what to cut, though. This deck is a finely tuned machine. I should probably just cut the fight spell. Honestly. It's the least reliable card in my deck. And I'm just making a career out of being reliable. Old Faithful. You love the reliability. A black deck. We'll just use our cards. I don't really want to play these until I have green mana. Perfect. This card has been very, very, very good. I should have attacked first. They don't have a food. They don't have 3 things in play, but they're probably going to get a 2-for-1 out of it. Oh, they do have 3 things. This guy, and... Oh, there. Draw spell. So they could get a 2-for-1 here. Okay. They gave me a card, but they're going to get to draw. If I draw a land here, I will play the Pathmaker. Trying to see the long stock brawl. I think it is kind of nice to have in this deck. We do have a lot of big guys. I'll pass on discarding my entire hand. This has Death Touch? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. Oh, that's terrible. Well, lesson learned. Well, they milled Maha. That's unfortunate for them. Well, I feel pretty awful. Gosh darn it. Death Touch, you don't say. They can use this to get back their Maha. Time for me to start digging for a kill spell. Unfortunately, the only kill spell I have that's big enough is now in my graveyard because it was my fight spell that I shouldn't have used because I didn't realize their guy had Death Touch. Gosh darn it. They can hit me for 9, and then if Maha hits me, I'll go. Okay, so now I have to kill the one that I have to trade. Not gonna let him know I have a food coming. Oh, I'm 1 point off if I had my Playful Shove still. Gosh, honestly, this long stock brawl thing is gonna lose me the game. It's so rough. Well, that's tough. We're technically not dead. Well, now we're dead, but, you know, we tried. Yeah, Maha's pretty absurd. Also, them making us discard the last couple cards from our hand was pretty bad. Dang it. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I feel like my deck is really good, and I didn't know what one of their cards did, and lost the game as a result. If I had known, I would not have used this, and as such, I'm going to cut it for this guy anyway. I don't know. That was tough. That was a tough loss. I was really hoping we could pull through. I don't have kill spells that can kill Maha, though, is the problem. I needed more lands there. I don't know. I needed to just somehow find a way to pressure them, but it's so hard when all your guys are basically paper thin. Okay. Can I keep this? I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this is much better. I'm gonna ditch this guy for now. I think this is going to go well for me. I think that the Brambleguard veteran is going to do some serious work here. I forget which game it was that I screwed it up on the Brambleguard veteran playing it in the wrong order. Gosh darn it. I'm going to hit them for 8 if I draw a land. Also, I want to clarify, I don't think Longstock Brawl is bad. The reason I cut it is more so because Alania's Pathmaker has been incredible every time I've drawn it, and I wanted as many copies, and I remember that being like the close call on what I was choosing between. So maybe they don't have a good play here. Size-wise, that's mildly annoying. I'm so sad. This is so bad. If I'd drawn a land there, I could have done take out the trash mid-combat to buff these things up. But I would have wanted the vigilance anyway. I just need to draw a land to play these Pathmakers. But they're getting to the point where I won't have a good attack anyway. Okay, that's a 4-3. That's a good target for this, though. I know it sounds greedy, but, like, am I really just supposed to, like, discard really good spells? Because the problem is if I discard this thing and then I found a forest, it's still not great for me. Now that trade seems good to me on the good for me on the surface. Because now these guys are much less opposed. Okay, carrot cake is not an issue here. Especially when these guys are going to get vigilance, because I just need a land. I'm begging you, Duck. Give me a land. Because then I hit them for 8 damage! And they're leaving it on top. Oh my gosh. Please, I'm begging you. Give me a land. It happens. Sometimes you won't draw your lands and you'll just feel bad and sad. All those other Dr. Seuss emotions. That's pretty good. There we go. See, it was a forest. This is still a good trade for me. Trading a 3-2 and a 1-1 for a 2-2. They are getting a lot of scrying in. Unfortunately, I already have my squirrel. Do I have another Baker's Bane duo? I think I will happily trade the Pathmaker for 2 tokens, because the thing that scares me most is the tokens, like, going completely off the rails. And it can't even really block them because of this. Like, normally I would keep it around because it can hold back the tokens. But it can't really do that. See, that card's good. That's what I call a good one. So much stats, honestly. I think killing that does make a lot of sense here. So we're roughly even board state, but they have an extra card in hand. But on my turn, I'll have another card, and this thing cycles, and it'll kill a token. So I think I'm slightly far ahead. Like, the power stats is, like, they have 10-9. I have 5... like, 13-13 about. 10, 8, 15, 7. Oh gosh, so they have +2/+1 for everything. That's a pretty easy block there. Yep. If they have another combat trick, it gets a lot worse for me. But considering they're going to be left with a 3/3 here, and I get to kill their remaining 1/1, Scry 2 is a lot. I will admit. Okay. There goes my last squirrel. So I can hit them down to 8, and then I'll take 3 on the backswing. They did scry a card to the top. Okay. I forget if I have another squirrel, but I will search for one. Well, that's just horrific for me, obviously. I think I'm just dead now. The fact that I drew all my squirrels naturally is so unlucky here. Like, I have 3 in the deck. Gosh, this card was so good for them. See, they don't want to lose to a top deck removal spell, which I understand. So they're balancing the risks. The pros, the cons. Please say I have another random squirrel. Nope. Gosh darn it. What are the odds? Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. It's so... Like, they could have just killed me if they attacked all. Oh my gosh, I'm still alive. What a rip, honestly. This is the classic. If they block like this, I kill this thing, and the extra damage will kill that other guy. Come on. Just blank on your draw step, opponent. Come on! Nothing, 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 nothing! No, he drew something. Oh. Is that a nice, like, oh, good rip off the top by you, or nice, I drew it and I win? looks like a draw and I win type situation. Why are they not playing it yet? Also, opponent, you have no right to complain. Like, I don't like to criticize plays, but you could have just attacked me with everything. I mean, I had a blocker up. Also, if anyone can complain, I should complain. I drew all of my squirrels in the top half of my deck. Oh my gosh. So they clearly don't have a removal spell, or they would have used it. The game is far from over. The card I'm playing around by not attacking with my 1/1 is the Flash Mouse. Because it's not going to matter if they don't have it, but if they do have the Flash Mouse, then they could have flashed it in one. So it's a 3/2 Flash Mouse. Yes! Oh my gosh, what a win. Oh my gosh. To be fair, my opponent slightly choked, but yes! Oh, we're still alive! We live to fight another day! Yes! Oh, that's so thrilling. Oh my gosh, what a win. That was tremendous. Tremendous victory by the Raccoon Gang there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely excellent. Absolutely stellar. Is there any card I want to play? Do I want to play this? Is there any card I want to cut? Not really. All of my cards are perfect. I have way more squirrels than I thought I did, and yet I drew them all. Yes! Oh, keep fighting, deck. Keep fighting. Honestly, a Gate Assault might be worse than the fight spell. 3-mana deal 4. I have a lot of 4/4s. So maybe that would be the cut that I would have to make. But I just like the reliability. The 3-mana deal 4 exile. Holy heck, what a battle. Okie doke. Nice hand. We'll keep it. I don't have double green yet, but that's okay. We will draw a forest. That is honestly a major downside of the Brambleguard Veteran, is that it's hard to use. Yep. I don't like doing the cycling thing, but I think it's necessary there. Because my hand just gets so much better if I do draw a forest. And it was 2 cards down. So that was literally perfect. Starting to get a bit irritating, opponent. Nice. This into this next turn. They have all spells in hand. I have used a lot of removal spells, but I now have a pretty good board position. I'm going to play this guy, get me a 2-for-1, get back into the cards plus-minus category. I'm saving this card until I can trigger another ability with it. That was a turning point in the game, I will say. Considering that I have discarded 2 lands and I still have drawn 8. No, I've drawn 9. And they have 5 spells in hand. this could be the end. Well, that's going to be hard to get through. Especially with this bunny. Huge draw. Play 3. What a rip off the top. The byway barterer. Coming in so clutch. Sure, I'll discard my hand. Next turn, I'll use both these, discard my hand again. So for now, I'll just put 2 counters. I'm actually happy to make this trade. Sure. Wow. They get to protect their guy. It's a bummer for me. Decline this time. Well, that's going to be good. I'm going to get back my veteran. Oh my gosh, it's going to be disgusting. I don't want to suicide any of my guys into this. My board state is huge. They only have 6 mana to deploy the cards with. I'm going to trigger everything next turn. I don't think they can recover from this. I don't think they can afford to make a double block. They just take too much damage. Single, single, single. I guess they take 4. If they have the board sweeper, they can still win this. But that's the only card. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to order them that way, obviously. Oh, they're dead anyway. Duh. Okay. I forgot about my Alania's Pathmaker. Beelining through the enemy forces. Ooh, nice. Another win for the good guys. This has been a crazy, crazy, crazy event. Oh my gosh. We're just going to keep rolling. I think this is going to be my last draft of the early access event. So I have been capping them off at 5, but I'm just going to keep playing this one until the in-person draft queue ends or I suffer my third loss. So 3 and 2, and if we win this next one, we're into platinum, which would be a pretty awesome thing to do in the early access event. Just a nice capstone accomplishment for the day. Not that it's if you fixate on rank, then you tend to not necessarily focus all your energy on playing well. So not gonna think about it, but it would be kind of cool. I thought I got there with that win, but I guess I'm 1 win away. Well, this is a great hand. I absolutely love it, and I have a lot of cards that would make this even better, like a 4-drop. And then go this into 2-drop on turn 5 and get everything rolling. I'm playing this because I can get mana as I attack them. Whereas this has to not attack them to get the mana. Getting a counter is definitely worth it, I think. Ooh. So I use one of this mana, then the other 2, yeah. My opponent might concede, even though, I mean, they're in trouble no matter what. Remember, this is only for mana spent to cast spells. But yeah, they're in rough shape. Yes! I just like getting into platinum. I don't know if I've ever gotten into platinum in the early access event before, so that... I did want it. I did want it, even though I was saying, okay, just play your best, just play your best. But, oh, yes, that's sweet. Yes! Oh, getting into platinum in the early access event. Oh my gosh. 4 and 2 feels good. Guaranteeing a winning record with this deck. I really like this build. The raccoons are so sweet. This is so cool. Okay. We're on the play with a great hand. My gosh. This guy into both these. I think I passed this card at one point, and I do not foresee myself doing that again. Okay, that's pretty good. They're naming Rabbit. Ribbit, Ribbit. I'll let this trade happen if they want. A little bit unfortunate for me, gotta be honest. I don't know if trading my 4-4 for their 4-3 was a good play there. Okay, this is kind of absurd. Ah, yes. I think that actually went okay for me. Hoping they do not have a combat trick. Oh, they don't. Nice. That's funny. Welcome, card I cannot beat. Just go Mythic Rare into Mythic Rare, why not? Wait. Gosh darn it. I have a bad feeling about the recording. My computer came unplugged. So close. Unfortunate. You know, I could have maybe won this game if they hadn't had the Maha. Or if they had I don't know, they had so many lords. I also drew more lands than they did by a substantial margin again. Oh well. Still 4-3, locked in the record. Hopefully the recording's not too jacked up due to the unplugged computer. That's unfortunate for sure. I literally didn't notice until my screen got slightly dim because my thing was low on charge. This was a tough build. This card could have been good. This card could have been good. There was just so many good cards to choose from. Like, I had so many good options. But I was really happy with the build. It performed well, and we won some really close clutch matches. So even though the losses were painful, and hopefully the recording's fine, it was still a lot of fun, and I hope you did enjoy it. That's going to do it for this one. I will say, if you made it to the end of the video, leave hashtag raccoons in the comment section down below, because this was the ultimate raccoon deck. We had so many of them. We had 11 raccoons, which is just awesome, and they played so well together. But if you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Thanks again to Wizards for the free preview account, for letting me play in this event early. And if you'd like to support my content, gain access to my format thoughts document and my tier list for the set, you can do so. You can find the NicolaiBolas Patreon to support my content and gain access to those cool extra resources. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.